Stephen A. Smith. You saw Jaylen Brown. Remember before they had their little dust up, Jaylen Brown, just after the playoff collapse, says, this was my favorite year. I don't think he said best year. I don't think he said greatest year. He said favorite. Why? Because this team thought that they were left for dead. They weren't. He was the leader, the clear-cut leader. Jason Tatum was hurt. And he was an MVP candidate. All criteria to make you say, hey, that's my favorite, right? But not everybody wanted to hear that, and certainly Stephen A. Smith didn't.
We get to Jaylen Brown because it's important to say this, and I hope he's watching. One of the things we're not going to do, bro, is we're not going to let you sit around and act like you a victim. Wow. We ain't going to do that. We ain't letting Jaylen Brown get away with that. You know, I heard what he said. You know, people doubting him and, you know, that's just creating a monster, whatever. Who did that this year? You were all world. You were an MVP candidate.
I think you guys are time shifting. Jaylen Brown is talking about going into the season when Jason Tatum's not there, going into the season, looking in the locker room, listening to the guys, knowing how they typically are when they got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and how they sound a little different because Jason Tatum ain't there. You know, how you pick up on tonality, how most communication is nonverbal. And since you ain't here, you don't see this. Okay? So everybody knows it's just like my kids. When they wake up and they see mama and daddy both in the kitchen, they are buzzing. When they don't see mama because she already left to go to work, or they don't see daddy, you know what we know or what we hear? Where's mama? Where's mama? It's a little different energy. Okay, that's all he talking about. What you talking about, Stephen A? Continue.
We've spent day after day. Shay's a witness. Vinny's a witness. Big Perk's a witness. There isn't a single soul that watched Jaylen Brown perform this year and didn't talk about, yo, that brother's won. He's a one. He's shown it. He's proven it. To sign for $300 million, to have this bag, to have the pressure on you that now you don't have to Jason Tatum to defer to. You got to carry it yourself. And we watched you carry a relatively no-name Boston Celtics squad to a number 2 overall seed and 56 wins.
Okay, so you're making his point. That's why this all started, because he said, all that considered, this is my favorite year. Why would it be your favorite year? Look at all he's done. And this narrative that victim, we haven't explained it yet, but the other narrative, this can't be your favorite year, is weird because he didn't make up the narrative. He just told you what was his favorite. Like if you ask me what's my favorite food, y'all know what I'm going to say. Tacos with ketchup. I'm not walking around the world. I'm not walking up to Wolfgang Puck and saying this is the best food. This is the greatest food. I'm not flying to France to audition it into the contest of best food ever. But don't ask me then. Because if you ask me, I'm going to tell you. With some orange grease heading down my elbow, dripping onto the plate, Yvette, make me some more tacos. That's what I'm going to say. And I ain't trying to argue.
You understand? We saw you do that. We've given you nothing but praise. Where all of this noise coming from about people doubting you? Nah, bro.
Are we serious? See, this is the time shift. This is what Kyrie was just saying. 2016, y'all using that against 2026 Kyrie. Right now, Stephen A. Smith is using, what is this, June? He's using June knowledge against what he's talking about is September talk. Let's go back to September. Don't let me have to dig in these damn archives. September talk, oh, the Celtics ain't. The Celtics won't. No Tatum, the Celtics won't. That's what he's talking about.
That's not what this is, because there's nothing about your game that anybody is saying. Big Perk, if I remember correctly, wasn't it you that went on national television and said that Jaylen Brown was arguably the best two-way player in the entire league? Vinny, didn't you co-sign that?
Uh-oh. Careful on Vinny. I ain't forgot that participation trophy. Never will. Nope to dope and ugh to drugs. I'm never going to forget you, brother. Never. Ever. That doesn't mean I'm going to hate, but I'm going to be watching.
And talk about what this brother brings to the table. I know Wendy has. I know I did. I know I went off on a damn referee wanting his ass suspended for ejecting Jaylen Brown when he went up against Wembanyama because we wanted to see that brother go up against Wemby. So don't come with all of that noise.
How do you make up something against somebody and then double down on it, then get mad when they tell you their truth, which is actually the truth, because this is a subjective experience, and then say, no dare you, don't you run with this victim narrative. You made him the victim. He didn't say he a victim. He actually said, I went past all these obstacles. Goodness. So who made it up? You did. And you arguing with yourself right now. See, this is the beautiful thing about human beings. We all find information that supports our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, right? Confirmation bias. We all looking for evidence. And Stephen A has found the evidence he needed to say, you can't be a victim. But guess who planted the evidence? The same evidence he finding. Stephen A.
Nobody's sitting up there talking about Jaylen Brown that way, about his game. What we said was,
here we go.
Since he is hesitant to remind the world about it, is that as a Boston Celtic, the most storied franchise in basketball annals, as a Boston Celtic who is a champion and an NBA Finals MVP, who has been to 6 conference finals and 2 NBA finals, for the most storied franchise in basketball annals, what we said was, less than 24 hours after losing a 3-1 lead and bowing out in the first round to the Philadelphia 76ers, you went on camera of your own volition and called it your favorite season.
I'm still waiting for the punchline. I'm waiting for the bang. I'm waiting for the Sounds like somebody who's never played ball. And I know you have, Stephen A. I know, I don't know about Vincent, but I know Perk has. Y'all trying to tell me, let's be real, that we must align our favorites to the best. The best. Your favorite season must be the one you won it all. Okay, let me just beat that stupid BS up. What if you won more than once? That's the only ones you can pick from, the ones you won. Are you kidding me? How many times have you heard somebody go back in their documentary and say, look, we did this, this, and this was amazing. But that team we had that year, oh man, that was the one. That team was it. That was my year. I've seen teams come up short. Like, let's just say it. If somebody on the undefeated Patriots regular season, 16-0, what was that, the 18-1 or 19-1 Patriots said that was my favorite year? What was that, the year Randy Moss had 20, 30 touchdowns and Tom Brady threw for 50? And if Tom Brady can't say, that was my favorite year, but it wasn't my best year, or actually it was, or it wasn't my greatest year, actually it was close. They are literally trying to make you sound crazy for saying something that is real because they being lazy.
That's what we said.
Oh, come on.
That was a problem. And Boston Celtics fans, locally and everywhere, have been going off about that, and they've lost love for Jaylen Brown because they're like, that ain't the standard.
He didn't say it was the standard. He's already accomplished the standard. So shut it. You can't have nothing else, no other lanes to articulate but the standard. So that means he's only played 1 year for the Celtics because all the other years they ain't won. This is such a fallacy. This is such drama. This is such illogical arithmetic. Illogical arithmetic. It doesn't add up.
Jaylen Brown wouldn't have said that all of those other years. Why would you say that this year? While Jason Tatum is sitting on the bench for that Game 7, when you didn't have his help, while Jason Tatum was sitting up there recovering from a torn Achilles throughout the season and missing the first 60 to 62 games, that's why it was your favorite year.
I don't know about y'all, but my birth certificate says my name on it, my mama name, and my daddy name. It does not say my teammate's name. So don't ask me what's my favorite. Because if my teammate can't handle the truth, well, then damn it, we got some issues to talk about in the locker room. So sorry ass. Like who the hell? I don't need you to take care of me. I'm a pro athlete. Like, I done went through so many battles and won wars, and now I need you to say, you better say me. You better say when I was there. You better say when I was rocking with you. What? This is auntie behavior.
You did that, bro. Not me, not Perk, not KG, not Paul Pierce, not Vince Goodwill, not Brian Windhorst, not Iman Shumpert, not Jay Williams. Nobody did that. Jaylen Brown did it. Nobody even asked him. Think about that.
That's a problem. You can have a live stream, and he does, and he can talk to his fans, and he did, and he can say what my favorite is. So now his favorite color has to be the one that Crayola says is the best.
Well, like some reporter had him up at the podium, Shay, okay, and sat up there and said, well, was this your favorite season? Or something? Nobody asked him.
Dog, in a year when everyone know they were discounting the Celtics, let's just keep it simple. I'm tired of even responding to ignorance because y'all going to look from afar and think I'm ignorant. You know when your team is counted in or counted out. Everybody knows that, right? And when you achieve in that, especially, look at the Knicks. The Knicks weren't told they're going to win the championship this year, and they did. So now they're elated. On top of it's been 53 years, they are just gone. Mentally, they're like, this is insane. But to achieve in those moments, if the Knicks didn't win it all of a sudden, not one Knick could say, hey, yo, of all the years I've been in the league, this was my favorite year. What if the Knicks didn't win it all? They were down big in every game. What if they didn't win it all? Not a single. What if the Spurs right now, Wemby can't say this is his favorite year? He ain't got many to choose from, but he can't say that. Huh? De'Aaron Fox can't say this was his favorite year. Oh, it ended bad. It ended horrible. Yeah. You take your wins with your losses. You take your lumps. Grow up. I mean, God dang.
Nobody. This man went in some tomb where he was doing his damn podcast, okay, or dungeon or whatever the hell you want to call it, and he sat up there in front of the camera. You said less than 24 hours. This is not a month later. This is not 2 months later.
That was a funny joke. The thing is, Kwame Brown, wherever you are, big dog, I'm listening to you loud and clear. We are go along, get along right now. You're harping on the same point, so maybe I shouldn't stop down and respond to him. But who cares if it's 24 hours later? Who cares if it's a month later? Who cares if Celtics fans are mad? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. This is what gets me in trouble with a lot of my friends, or especially the homegirls. Oh, Marcellus, what'd you think? You think I should do this or don't do that? How do I look? I'm like, do you want this answer? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want any relationships that's built up on BS. Because I know how it's going to end, on some BS.
This is fresh. Less than 24 hours after the Boston Celtics franchise was home in the first round, which is something that Jaylen Brown had trained them not to be accustomed to experiencing because he was helping to carry them to the conference finals damn near practically every year. This man went on his podcast.
So he's been to all them 6 conference finals. What is that? I thought this is a ring or bust conversation. What are you talking about? He didn't win it those years, so he could have said it was his favorite. In all things considered, going to a conference finals ain't nothing special. It ain't nothing special. It's better than all the other ones who didn't get there, but if we living in a ring culture, that ain't doing nothing. I ain't met an athlete yet to be like, dog, you know what we did that year? Man, I'm telling you, man, we went to the AFC Championship game and you can't say that. You say you won it all. Man, we lost. You say we lost an AFC Championship game. It ain't something you prop up. It is not the full journey. It's not the destination. So why can't he say something? He telling you giving him props for a conference finals and he like, what? I don't care about that if we talking rings. And if you talking about me, it don't matter what was accomplished. I'm telling you what I feel. Oh, this is a good topic.
And said, yo, it was my favorite season. He did that. So you can try that noise all you want to about pointing at everybody else, talking about everybody talking about you. We ain't got nothing but love and praise for your game. What we said was, yo, Boston Celtics fans ain't going to like that one. That's going to come back to haunt you. And that's why Brad Stevens, it was before then. They probably figured they weren't good enough. They probably had to make a move. But when you say something like that, under those conditions, what you're saying is what Perk alluded to. I don't want to be 1A. I don't want to be the stepbrother. I don't want to be the little brother or number 2 option. I want to be a number 1. I want my own team. Brad Stevens knows it, and that's why they're trying to move you. That's on you, bro. This ain't about basketball. It's about your mindset and the message that you sent that really you don't want to play the role that you're playing.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh. Man, that was wild. They didn't have first take when Kobe said basically the same thing in so many words and ways, or didn't say it because they didn't have first take, but it was felt. When Kobe was like, Kobe told me this to my face. It's on record on our show. He's like, I love to win, but I want to be the reason we're winning. We all know that Kobe and Shaq didn't work because Kobe wanted more than was allowed, than was in the allowance of what Shaq left over or what the Lakers were giving or the world was giving in compliments and praise. Y'all won back to back to back. And Shaq was the finals MVP in all 3 of those. And Kobe sitting there like, not good enough. And the reason I bring up Kobe, rest in peace to the late, great Mamba, is because we swear by his mentality. So if it's not good enough for Kobe, why should it be good enough for Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown basically saying, look, I love my championship. He said, I also love when I lead these dogs who thought that they were out for the slaughter to almost another year of contending. You're not going to make me look bad. And if you are, fine. I don't mind sounding like Kobe Bryant. I don't mind sounding like the Mamba, who literally forced a dynasty to break up. Now, they had lost to Detroit that last year, so I get it, and Shaq was putting on a couple carbs. But what do they say now? What did Shaq say lately? We could have won 7, 8, 9 chips if we would have worked it out. If I would have worked with the little fella better. Whew, you can't win for losing, brother. What do they say? You can't win for losing.
Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real.
Oh, that wasn't enough? Y'all want some more? Well, check out the link in my bio, Hydration Situation Live. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football. Football chooses you. It's so crazy people still stuck in Patrick Mahomes in offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers? This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.